a pickle day. Pickle-vous. I got some fancy pickles. They are like sweet and sour. You can't go wrong with sweet and sour. So let me look and see. So this is Warhead Extreme Sour Dill Pickle. This is Blue Raspberry Warhead. I got it because we're at war with Islam. We stand for Israel. This is Extreme Sour Dill Warhead Pickles. It's all Warhead. This is Galileo salami, provolone cheese, and Italian. This is thin crisp Triscuit applewood barbecue natural flavor with other natural flavors, and this is another one. And then if I want something else, I'll get it. So of course, I'm going to be talking to you about something that has to do with God and some other stuff. Uh, and so we'll get into it. So I'm going to start with like Diddy. I'll say some things about uh, Diddy today because Diddy should not be in jail at all. The only reason why he's there is he got to close down MDC. So we got Rikers closed, and it's scheduled to close. So we just got to force them to actually stick with it. This was supposed to peel open, but I do it with my teeth. It makes compelling TV. When YouTube was made, it was made to be a television station, among other things. So the way they scheduled it, it was like a TV station. You also have put videos and stuff on there. So some of the things that go on YouTube were supposed to be considered for awards for television shows. When we were scheduling it back then, they had the time. If you wanted to schedule a program, like when YouTube first started, if you wanted to schedule a program, you could schedule it for 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning, at night. You could do a 24-hour cycle for your station if you want to. You could have a full 24-hour channel on YouTube. You could submit these things that you videotape here for as like documentaries or whatever, and you could submit it for awards. That's up to you and YouTube. If you consider your station a real TV station and you want to submit it for awards, you can do that. So this applewood barbecue is nice. I like to get some of these things like this. When you look at the ingredients, it has like all kind of different pickle of peppers and vegetables and stuff like that in there. It's like you're eating a bunch of stuff, even though you're eating a little bit of crackers. So you can get the regular crackers, or you can find fancy crackers with all kind of peppers and barbecue and different stuff on there. It's like you're eating a bunch of different foods, but you got like a cracker. So I'm going to put the provolone cheese and the salami together with the cracker. Mm, it's yummy. Um, I enjoy it. It's almost like making a cheese and fruit platter, but this is on the go. If you don't want to carry around a cheese and fruit platter, you can get some of the crackers that are fancy. They have all kind of stuff in it: peppers, onions, whatever kind of stuff in there. Let me see what it says it has: whole grain wheat, canola oil, brown sugar, sea salt, powder, onion powder, paprika, distilled vinegar powder, spices, garlic powder, natural flavor, includes cinnamon and natural smoke flavor. This is why I get this kind of stuff, because you eat fancy, but you're eating food that you can take on the go. Uh, it's portable fancy food, so you eat portable fancy. I got these, as you saw, I showed the pickles with the sour flavor. I don't know how that tastes, so I'll let you know as I'm talking about Diddy. Why I'm talking about Diddy, he's a Christian. If you look at all his videos, you see he got the cross on and he repping for God. That's a big thing in the industry. They keep trying to tell you all the people that's devils. Some of them are not devils. They fighting devils. They be dissing people in person. If a guy say we don't let them hoes, they tell him he's the one that's not Christian. I ain't say I like hoes. I said I don't let them hoes. That's not anti-Christian. Jesus told the woman who had six husbands that she was a dog. So when some of the guys are calling a woman bitch, Jesus didn't say the word bitch. Jesus said it's not meat, it's not good to take the children's bread and give it to dogs because she had six husbands. He said you had five husbands and the one you have right now is not your own. He telling her you living like a dog. She said, yeah, but the dogs eat from the crumbs that drop from the children's table. And he said to her, after he called her a dog, she acknowledged she was a dog for having all those men. He said to her, I have not found all this faith that you have in all of Israel. When she acknowledged she was living foul and she was hoeing, because he called her a dog, like she was running around like a dog. They usually call the men dogs. Jesus called a woman dog in the Bible. I'm trying to tell you, the women been trying to flip the script on the men. Let me put you on game. The men always put the woman on game about how guys are. They do it all the time. They try to tell you not to be a hoe out there. The men be putting the woman on. Don't do this, don't do that. Just look what we doing, right? So I'm putting the men on game. Jesus, God came as a man. He telling you he a he, but not all women are evil. And Lucifer tried to get to the woman. So I'm trying to tell you, when Jesus met the woman at the well, he made sure he met her so he could help her out. But he let her know the devil got you going the wrong path. So Jesus, he approached her like a father, a big brother, and a friend. He said to her, uh, uh, they're not supposed to have dealings with the Samaritans because the Samaritans were so nasty. But Jesus made sure he bumped into her. But he's letting her know he's not supposed to have dealings with her because she's nasty. But he's God, so he's going to break that rule to make sure he can get them in. God, Jesus didn't only come for the Jews. The Jews are sinners too. We love them, don't touch them, but they're sinners too. So he told the Samaritan woman about herself. You know, you have five husbands, and the one you currently have is not your own. And she's trying to ask him for, to give her something. And he says it's not good to give the children's bread to dogs. So he telling her, you a dog. Look, you got six husbands. The one you currently have is not even your own. And she said, yeah, but dogs eat from the crumbs that fall from the table. And he said, I have not found all this faith in all of Israel. Okay, you talking to God now. So when Jesus is talking to her, you're talking to God in the flesh. She didn't play no games with him like, I didn't do that. That's not me. Or that man is mine. She said, yeah, I'm a dog, but even dogs eat from the crumbs that fall from the table of the children's bread. And he said, I have not found faith like this in all of Israel. They got their blessing. You came and got yours. She got her blessing. He sent her back to the town, told her, let everybody know that I saw you, I met you, I blessed you, and let them. And so she went back to her people and said, here's a man that told me everything that I ever did. And he dissed her and told her, you was hoeing, you was a dog. And she said, you're right. And she went back saved. She didn't go to hell. So Jesus dissed her to let her know the way you living is foul. But he wasn't trying to diss her. He trying to open her eyes. Yo, ma, you living foul. Yo, ma. Like one girl told me, a man said to her, you a thought, ma. I ain't trying to sleep with you as a dude. I'm telling you, you a thought. The man he didn't hurt her feeling. He telling you, what you doing is foul. If a man came up to me and I was like living foul like that, and he said that to me, I don't care if my feelings were hurt. I'll have love for him. I'm not going to date him or nothing, but I'll have love for him for coming out of his bag and saying, yo, what you doing is foul. When I be screaming on people and letting them know they foul and they can't take it, like, you about to go to hell. I'm telling you the truth, and you can't hear God like when I'm talking to you, God is I might not even want to tell you. You see, God put Jonah in the belly of the well because he didn't want to tell the black people. Jonah didn't want to go to Nineveh and tell the black people God wanted them. Now he wasn't being racist because the Jews, quiet. This is on the quiet tip. The Jews have black blood too. So when they be saying stuff that sound racist, they got black blood. Most of the tribes are mixed with black. Like Tamar, the mother of the one tribe that's Jewish, she's black. Joseph's wife was Jewish, so all his kids is part black. So the tribe of Ephraim and Manasseh are part black. They were Egyptian black. The Egyptians were first black, not the Arabs that's over there now. So we know that when the Jews are saying stuff that sound racist, like when Roseanne Barr told Obama that it was the planet of the apes, I was laughing because I know that Jews have black blood, but when you see them, they look white. So when they say stuff is racist, or people be getting mad at them, you know God has to be having a hilarious time because it's a military strategy because he needs to get who he needs to get. If you are evil and you hate people based on race, when a Jewish person says something about black people, everybody go crazy. And the joke is, we know that Tamar, our mother, was black. So all the other tribes, not every mother was black, but I know of at least four mothers of the Jewish tribes that were black. So when people be confused that Jews are black, they are part black, but don't forget they're Semitic. Let them have the Semitic identity. But some of them might be dark, dark. They light skin and dark skinned person can make all shades of kids. So when you don't know what's Jewish, so when you touch the Jews and everybody come out of the woodwork to whoop your ass, you surprised. Hey, that person don't look Jewish. You didn't read the Bible. You wasn't up. You wasn't prepared for the lesson. If you touch the Jews, we gonna fuck you up. Why do we bang for the Jews like that? They worship Yahweh Elohim. He made everybody. If you don't want nobody to disrespect your mother and father, don't disrespect the father of everybody. You don't have to claim him, but we just gonna tell the truth. Yahweh is God. Allah is not God. If you touch the Jews because you pretending that Allah is God, we're gonna fuck you up. You're gonna cry about Gaza every day of your life. You're gonna find more Gazas. We about to make Iraq Gaza. Okay, we beat up Saddam Hussein over there. Who got Saddam Hussein beat the fuck up? We know George Bush did it. He gangster. Well, you know that the Europeans run around with muskets. Okay, the Christian ones is good. The other ones fucked up. Okay, so who got Saddam Hussein fucked up? T.D. Jakes is the one that helped George Bush get saved. So when they beating up George Bush, talking about you went in there and then there was no weapons of mass destruction. T.D. Jakes got him saved, and then George Bush got on his horse and got his musket again and realized he was European, and he started fucking people up like a nigga. George Bush was the first black president, not Clinton. Clinton did go over to into Africa and fight, but I don't know who he fought. He did the Black Hawk Down. I gotta see what he did over there. George Bush was doing some nigga shit, and his father liked to fight. He used to when he went into the war, he was looking like he was having fun, but he was beating up the Muslims. We got to do it. You can't have a false god on Yahweh's earth. And then he let you set up your little kingdom. Like they came over to America like they taking over. And you know, like we sleeping and chilling like we don't see them. Like Jesus in the boat when the storm was happening. Peter like, Jesus, you don't see that we get ready to perish and you sleeping? So I'm over here sleeping. I'm supposed to be running for office and shit. I'm over here sleeping while shit happening. Like I'm sleeping like Jesus. They got me sleeping like Jesus. I'm sleeping like Jesus. Then when they start fucking with Israel do this, Israel do that. They slamming them, cutting the building open, one side of the building, going inside the building, snatching the motherfucker out of there, killing his ass. Some people helping them out, but don't worry about that. I'm telling you, if you touch Israel, I'm coming for you. My hand might look Jewish when it hits you because they're going to be in their helicopter and they're going to cut the side of your building open, grab your ass out of there, and kill the shit out of you. Khomeini, you know what's coming. Well, you see, we got your counterpart. Who's your counterpart? Your counterpart was Pope Francis. Any of them popes, you want to know why the popes go down? Because they saying that they're God. When they say they're a vicar of God, they're basically saying they're God in the flesh on earth. They're like basically saying they're Jesus. So how are you acting like you worship Jesus and you're saying you're Jesus? So we got that clown out of here, Pope Francis. You and then we got an American one in there. So we trying to give him a chance to turn everything Christian. He did go in there and say marriage is between a woman and man. I already spit at him. I told him you better turn everything Christian. He said, I spit at all the popes. I let them know what's going on. It's Jewish and Christian. We about to clean up everything. They knocked down 20,000 mosques in Iran. So Khomeini, he allowed that, or we did it anyway, because it's like Mossad all hidden up and through. He don't know who Mossad over there, but we know that 20,000 mosques got knocked down. We're gonna knock down Al Aqsa Mosque, the fake mosque in on the Temple Mount in Jerusalem. You know that can't stand. They better be glad they still breathing and they got that Al Aqsa Mosque on the Temple Mount. They have no idea. They God giving them a chance. They have no idea. We are ravenous to come and get their ass, get that mosque off of God's throne. That's God's earthly throne. You got a mosque on God's temple. You don't know we wipe out the whole Arab race if you don't take that mosque off of God's temple. We trying to warn you now. He holding us back. I'm trying to tell you, he'll come for you himself, but he done already showed us what's true. We trying to tell you, take that mosque off of the Temple Mount before we take it off for you. We warned you. You already see what we're doing in Gaza. Cry about it, learn from it, because we're going to do more. You are Amalekites to us. We're about to make you Philistines. You seen Samson, he killed all the Lord of the Philistines. We gave you a little clue. We killed all the Hamas leaders. We about to take out all the leaders of the Muslim nations. Y'all benefited from 9/11. Don't forget 9/11. They touched my Pentagon. Where you gonna sleep? I don't care how many years you thought passed by. You touched my Pentagon. Now listen about the Pentagon. God placed America here as a Jewish Christian nation. We call it Judeo-Christian. Don't be confused that Judeo means Jewish. This is a Jewish Christian nation. You touched the Pentagon that defends Israel. America is Christian. Christianity started from Judaism. Judaism and Christianity is the same thing. That's why they scrap over it all the time. You touch a Jew, you're going to see the Christians beat your ass, but you don't understand why. We'll fight. The Jews and Christians will fight back and forth. You are Jewish. No, you're not Jewish, but touch them. The Jews and the Christian can fight back and forth who's Jewish and who's not. But you pretend you're Jewish and watch what we do to you. Between the Jews and Christian, we can have a family fight and have fun. But you Muslim, you say you Jewish, you say the land is yours. What what I'm here now. I've been trying to get into office. Touch the Jews and see what they do to you. Ask why they doing what they doing in Gaza while I've been trying to run for office. I love our white brother counterparts and stuff like that. This is Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve looked like this. Noah looked like this. Every child on this earth came out of this. If you touch anything that worship Adam and Eve, rest assured, we are gonna come for you. Don't worry that we didn't come right away. It's a big earth. I'm gonna make sure the people in that land come and get you. And then I was egging Israel on. I'm letting them know, get them. Remember what you did in the Bible. God made you wipe out your enemies. Israel started killing the America's enemies. We had people on a list that killed like American soldiers. Israel found them. Start looking this stuff up, what Israel did in this war against Gaza and Hamas. They killed America's enemies too. You get them to be themselves from the Bible. We don't want them to do what the UN tells them and have gay parades. Don't blame Israel for the gay parade. That's Islam. Don't let Islam fool you that they're not into homosexuality. As soon as Obama said homosexuality is okay, when he said Islam is okay and the call to worship is so wonderful, that's when he did the gay marriage. He couldn't do the gay marriage until he tried to make Islam okay. Europe didn't do gay marriage until Islam got there. If Islam don't rock with homosexuality, why they stay silent when homosexuality is happening? All the gay marriages setting up, they telling you we about that life, we don't do that, and everywhere they go, all of a sudden homosexuality pop out. Even during the Holocaust, the Muslims was trying to be in effect. They had homosexuals over there. They acting like they want to kill them, but they're here because of you. The only reason why they Islam kill any homosexual. Some people they try to force to be homosexual don't really want to be homosexual, or people that's making them get caught. So, so if Islam gets busted, like we found out you homosexual, then they act like we big and bad. No, we killing them. But we got videotapes of you with the little boys shaking their butt for you, and then you take them to the back room. We coming. Somebody put that out there to tell on you. You think that they being like bold and they trying to share and be nasty. No, they telling on you because they know there's somebody out there that's gonna send people to come get you. Iraq, you put a fake law that says you can marry 9-year-olds. You know we coming back. We got Saddam Hussein. George Bush already said there was something sick going on over there. Everybody called George Bush a liar. There was no weapons of mass destruction. Your dick in your pants is a mass destruction. You trying to fuck a 9-year-old. You got a law now that says you can marry a 9-year-old. Was George Bush right? We coming for you, Iraq. You Iran already know we ransacked there. Iraq, you got a fake law on the book that you can marry a 9-year-old. So you over there trying to rape the 9-year-olds? Be advised. We see you. We know what you're doing. There's angels around. An angel right now could slaughter you when you're trying to harm the little kid. We could send earthquakes. We could come ourselves. But rest assured, we are coming for you. And I'm saying we're going to come in person, plane, sub, whatever. We're going to come for you in Iraq. I already told you to stop Islam. Knock all the mosques down. You knocked down 20,000 mosques in Iran. That's not enough. Knock down every mosque. Get rid of the food you sacrifice to idols. There's no more halal. There's only Halel. If it ain't El Elohim, it's not halal. Halal. Allah is not God. He is Lucifer, Satan. Do that shit to Obama. That shit is for Obama. That Allah bullshit. But he's not going to be able to do that. Obama is going to get caught for treason. Him and Joe Biden is pedophiles like a motherfucker. God can't stand their ass because they hating on him and they want to be him. Obama crazy ass. He trying to diss the Bible. Even he spoke about some part of the military couldn't withstand the application of the Beatitudes or something from the Bible. Follow the Bible the best you can and ask God to help you the other way. Don't disrespect the Bible. Well, we can't. And he just tried to diss God. The Bible already talks about his limey ass, his evil, disgusting behind. But anyway, Iraq is about to get it. Khomeini gonna get it. But if he's obedient and he knocks down all those mosques and he wipes out Islam, whatever God want to do with him, that's fine. But at this point, these people are forewarned. Problem. Somebody in the UN, while I'm alive, uh, not too long ago, they stood in the UN, they Muslim, and they made a threat out of the UN to us. I probably was sleeping, but I heard about it. You are going to get it. You specifically. The cat that walked on New York soil. You think something sweet about America. I'm here. God asked my church, they said, I'm going to run for office one day and I'm going to be like Shirley Chisholm and stuff like that. Shirley Chisholm ran for Congress. She ran for president, whatever. Somebody stood on a New York soil because we sleep and we got all these holidays with Jewish and stuff like that. So we busy worshiping God and people trying to threaten us and they think like you knocked down our building. No, God got to give the okay for stuff. If God be beating us up because we won't let him we won't let him let some people die. We are the ones who be shutting down death. God be trying to get some people up to heaven. So the terrorists think that they got past us. No, God got past us. He decided he's gonna send some people to hell, some people to heaven. He gotta throw like his kids. He gotta throw us to the side sometimes and say, I gotta bring this person to heaven. I gotta send this person down to hell. So we will shut down all of death. But he got to kick our ass to the side. I know y'all my baby, but move out the way. I got an appointment with this one to come up to heaven. They got to learn war for when they come back and there's blood up to the bridle. Don't think there's nothing sweet about Jesus. There's going to be a time when he come back and he's going to come for his enemies. In the Bible, it says there's going to be blood up to the bridle. All the Holocaust victims, they're going to come back with Jesus. They're the saints. The Jews were first called the saints in the Bible, and the angels. They were called saints. Adam and Eve would be considered saints. They look like this. When you touch Israel, you touching this. Israel is light skinned, but they're part black. But that doesn't even matter. Everything that came out of Adam and Eve that loves Yahweh Elohim, if you put your hands on them, I'm coming for you around the world. It might not look exactly like me, but there's somebody around the world that's going to come for you and get you. If you send somebody to mess with Israel, I hear one tear, like the hostage. Y'all have no idea what's going to happen to you for the hostage. And Israel is doing some work. They're putting in the work on you. But I got plans for you. I'm telling you, I have to take office one day. I'm not going to always not be in office. They already prophesied in the 90s that I was going to take office. I was going to be like Shirley Chisholm, Congress and president. I'm telling you, don't touch nothing that worship Yahweh Elohim and Jesus. You play that shit with your people, and then sometimes we come to rescue them just to make sure they don't want our God. We have to interrupt every now and then. Like they got to interrupt in Gaza just to see, does any one of y'all want Yahweh? Any one of y'all want Jesus? If not, okay, we go back to killing your ass. So sometimes there's a pause. We just got to see after we done did some carnage. Anybody feeling like they want to worship Yahweh now? Jesus? Because we not playing that pedophile shit. Stop calling the Jews the pedophile. The Muslims are the pedophile. Stop them from they did the fake the fake marriage to 9-year-olds in Iraq. I'm saying again, Iraq. We coming for your ass. You over there raping kids. You got fake paper to say that you can have sex with a little kid. You turning little girls into boys and little boys into girls. We know. You said you could lie to Jews and Christians. We know what you're doing over there. Turn from your sin. Turn to Jesus. Turn to Yahweh. When we come for you, it's going to be extra despicable and disgusting. They're going to think we're the terrorists. That's why they think Israel is a terrorist now. That means we're doing a good job. When you mess with God and he come for your ass, he's doing righteous stuff. He's not a terrorist. But if we're kicking your ass right, you think we're the terrorists. We're coming for you. Iraq. You over there fucking kids. We are going to desecrate the shit out of your ass. You're going to wish you were never born. You're going to wish you were never born. What y'all doing in Africa, Islam, you already understand. You on Adam and Eve's turf over there. You know you on. And you sneaking touching the Jews over there in Africa because you know there are Jews that live in Africa. You think we don't know that you're touching the Jews over there, not just the Christians. We're on your ass. Islam is banned worldwide. I already said that. I said it in lawsuits. I said it everywhere. I don't need them to make me a favorable decision. I just need to tell a court what's going to happen. Islam is banned worldwide. what we about to do to Islam. I'm telling you, and God has given them a chance to end Islam themselves. They started by knocking down the mosque in Iran. Let's see if they continue. Catholicism has to go. We got an American Pope over there. He got to change everything to Christianity. I already warned him. You're American. You're under us. We could snatch your ass out of Rome and ransack your ass. So he did come out and say marriage is between a man and a woman, the new pope. But we need you to be Christian, not Catholic. There's no Catholic church in Rome. In the Bible, there was a church. They're right, there was a church, but it was a Christian church, not Catholic. Catholic is bogus. The word Catholic just means universal. But we don't do that worship in the universe and worshiping angels and stuff. God already said don't worship angels. So the Catholics worship angels, they worship cats, dog, whatever the hell. They worship the Pope, like whatever the case may be. We got an American over there. JFK, he died because he was a Catholic. You already know the beef between the Christians and the Catholics over in Europe. The white people fighting the white people. You know it had nothing to do with race. It had to do with Abraham's race, Adam's race, Israel's race, Yahweh's children. So JFK died because he was Catholic. Catholics are pedophiles. You can't put another throne in America. You can't bring the Vatican to America. JFK tried to do that. Hopefully he got saved when he died. Martin Luther King kept going into the White House to see him. He was doing that preacher shit. So hopefully JFK came to Jesus. Also, we have to look and see if the reason why JFK stayed in Catholicism was because they had his sister in the mental hospital. They might have been kidnapped. They did kidnap her, but they might have been holding her as collateral to make him do stuff. So I don't know why he held on to Catholicism, but he had to go. We can't have Rome in America. That's almost like it is treason, but it's almost like a coup if you have a Roman Catholic take office here. Like Joe Biden, you see, we ran him out of office. If you look at my Twitter, it's Joe Biden and impeachment. I wanted them to impeach him or run his ass out of office. We chased his ass out and get your ass out of here. And then Trump, somebody shot him. They was light skinned too. They don't mess with Yahweh. Nobody care what color you are. They'll let you think we got racism. If we was racist, why they killed a light skinned JFK? JFK was light. Y'all see that they killed JFK and y'all still believe in racism. Have fun with racism. Roast each other. You can do the dozens and roast the racists because we'll have fun in the Olympics, see what color win, whatever. But in real life, if a nation allowed JFK to be killed and a light-skinned person killed JFK, how is this nation racist against blacks? If they let a light-skinned person in there and then they assassinate him, he's not even black. Wouldn't they have let a black person go into office and then assassinate him? They didn't do that. They let the white dude go up in there, what y'all call white, and then they shot the shit out of him because he was Catholic. All right, bro. If you want to take our office and bring the Vatican into the White House, do your shit. Nobody gonna stop you. God let Lucifer run up in heaven like he was gangster, and then Michael the Archangel and the other angels stomped him out. Do you know how fun our God is? You be seeing the videos when people be stomping the shit out of people, like did he fuck Cassie up? Cassie's a gold digger. Stop acting like she was a good girl and Diddy was some pimp. She came to steal his money, put him in a mental health system, try to ransack his ass and take his assets. And she's around his kids' age, so she was trying to get the inheritance instead of them. Diddy fucked her ass up like the military son that he is. His father was a military. He was murdered when he was 3. You did that shit to him. Try that shit with me. Diddy said, tell the cops, the feds, DA to come get me. Y'all didn't hear that record? I'm just hearing all the record. The only thing I know that Mason Diddy was anointed. That's what I used to run around in Bed-Stuy and say. That's why somebody from Bed-Stuy had to hang out with Diddy. I got your ass. as I made you run over to Diddy, but he's Christian. I'm saying Diddy and Mason anointed. All of a sudden, somebody from Bed-Stuy, I'm Diddy best friend. I don't need to be Diddy best friend. He's my brother in Christ. I don't have to try to run up on nobody famous. As long as you Jewish and Christian, you're my brother in Christ. I'm a bang for you. So you can see some of my lawsuits that helped out Diddy as Brown versus Ventura. I sued Cassie. It doesn't matter what they do with the lawsuit. I just want the judges to be able to see what she did to him so they can't deny it. So they have to give him a good shake. So he's doing some more stuff and that's whatever. But so you'll see. So Diddy stomped the shit out of Cassie. And I prayed in the 90s, don't let the guys let these girls beat the hell out of them and kill them and take their money and stuff. Let them fight back. You have the right to bear arms and you have the right to self-defense. That's the same law. The right to bear arms means you could defend yourself. The dudes out there don't have these girls beating your ass because they're going to say you hit them and then they're going to try to put you in a jail and a mental health system. They try to see if they could put Mayor Adams in the mental health system. Who did that to Mayor? All right, y'all don't want to say that what I'm saying is true. Who did that to Mayor Adams? He's Christian. Who did it to Mayor Adams? Turkey tried to bribe him, and they gave him a gift, and they tried to say they bribed him so they could move him out the way. What did they do after that? They try to get this mosaic, whatever. They try to get a Muslim candidate to win the Democratic primary, and they try to get Mayor Adams either in jail or just off the ticket. So we sit. You think we're not ready for a Muslim to try to take over New York? Your ass will get laid the fuck out. You already see they went into the Capitol to ransack it for because of Biden. They just let we just letting you know it's still North and South. You see when they Dred Scott when they basically told Dred Scott he had to remain a slave. Dred Scott did a legal case and he said he don't want to be a slave. Slavery is wrong. And they basically told him that, like the judge told him like to get out of here. Now the judge could have been playing both sides of the fence. He could have just did a signal for everybody to fuck everybody up. Either the judge was corrupt and he said get out of here, or he said, oh, just go fuck everybody up and make them stop making him a slave. Sometimes a judge won't give you a decision. He'll look like he fucked you up, but he want everybody to fuck up the people that's trying to enslave you. If your government goes corrupt, you're supposed to fuck people up. You're supposed to fuck people up. When they ran into there in January 6th, some people were letting them know you have the right to stop an illegal election. Nobody said they wanted a real candidate out. Nobody's saying they want a real candidate out. They saying these are fake candidates. That's why they're in there. Just based on the fact that they have no malice or forethought, you can't put them away. Even if they made a mistake, you can't put them away. They're saying we think this guy is bogus. You can't put them away because they're saying something's wrong with Biden. Nothing is right with Trump, but something is more wrong with Biden. Biden is worse than Trump, but sometimes Trump get worse than Biden. They all fake. From Obama to Trump, everything is fake. We know that we just having a vacation now and we get to whoop their ass, make them do some kind stuff and make them worship God and they don't want to. Biden and Obama can't stand God. We get them every now and then to worship God. Then they try to do the gay shit and whatever. But God squeezed their head and he forced them to say my name. And on the interview, Obama, they was like his faith. They were talking about his faith, and he said my Muslim faith, and the guy said, "You mean your Christian faith?" Obama grew up as a Muslim. Obama's a bad guy. You see, he brought in the homosexuality, but people don't believe God when he says stuff, so he got to show it to you. Stop saying God allowing evil. When he tell you, you don't believe it, so he got to allow people to do evil things so you believe what he's saying. So if he tell you Obama is bad, you don't believe it. Then when Obama try to make your kids gay, all of a sudden you go, okay, God was telling the truth. So this guy is bad. God is not the one doing this, but he got to allow it because this guy will really rape your kids if God is not there. This guy will try to rape your kids and make you rape your kids. Obama, he wanted drag shows in the school, but he was trained in Indonesia as a Muslim. In his school records, his name was Barry Satoro for his stepfather. He was considered a Muslim, and he spoke about his Muslim faith. So he's on the interview. You can look it up. He said, "My Muslim faith," and the interviewer said, "You mean your Christian faith?" And he said, "Yeah, my Christian faith." He didn't even like, oh, excuse me. He's such a liar that he just went along. Oh yeah, yeah, my Christian faith, and then just moved along like he ain't say nothing wrong. Obama's evil, Biden's evil. All the racist people, if you can't have fun being racist, you could be racist to Obama and you could be racist to Biden. And sometimes Trump, sometimes Trump act like he represent God, so they be nice to him. But when he's being evil, it's a free for all. They call him orange and all kind of stuff. He said, "I don't want to be orange. You're a clown ass." He is not a natural born citizen, so he can't be president. Just like Obama. And the reason why Joe Biden forfeited being able to be president, yes, because he's evil, treasonous, but also he couldn't become president until Obama was able to be president. He tried to be vice president, but Obama was not a natural born citizen. Joe Biden knew that he was defrauding us by helping Obama. So he forfeited it because he committed treason by helping Obama steal the office. Obama was born in Africa, or at least it doesn't matter. His father is not a natural born citizen here, so he can't qualify as a natural born citizen. From Obama on to Trump, we don't have no fucking president. But we got something else. So that's in court now. So we'll see what the judge say. But God is on his stuff. God is on his stuff. And every seat doesn't matter. Every seat really belongs to God. The Bible says all powers, dominions belong to Jesus. And Jesus means Yahweh is salvation. So when Christians are worshiping God, they're worshiping the gods of the God of the Jews. When you mess with Jews, you keep being surprised why America goes and fuck you up. When you mess with the Jews, Christians worship the God of the Jews. His name is Jesus, and Jesus means Yahweh is salvation. What's the name of the God of the Jews? Yahweh. Touch the Jew and see a Christian cry and come whoop your ass. They say that America goes around and minds other people's business and go to all the nations fucking people up. Somebody done touch Israel. The Bible says Israel is the apple of God's eye. Why? They keep God's law. They show you the way it was with Adam and Eve. God killed the animals for Adam and Eve before he did it for the Jews. You fucking with Adam and Eve, this color. You fucking with this when you messing with the people that sacrifice the animals. Not that crazy sacrificing devil shit. When the Jews sacrificed the animals to Yahweh, they got that shit from Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve looked like this. Noah looked like this. Adam and Eve is part black, but it don't matter if people got black blood. You know what black is? Hamitic. You know what Jewish is? Semitic. Shem's kids. We're Ham's kids. The Caucasian people, they're really called Caucasian. The Europeans, they are Japheth. They are the oldest brother. They are not thieves. They're just the older brother. Everybody know how older brothers act. Nothing strange. The middle brother, that's the Jews. Everybody know how the middle brother act. Don't get fooled the way they say. Look at the Bible, the way the Bible describes how each child acts. And then the youngest, well, we know how the youngest act. Like I'm a youngest of my brothers and sisters. There's 10 of us. So the youngest is the black people. Well, the youngest, they're not necessarily brats, but they also are gangster. They also fuck everybody up. So when you start messing with the Jews and the Christians, either the Jews are going to fight for themselves, we're going to look, we're going to see what's going on. Then the musket people are going to come out. That's the European. They're going to come out with their muskets and shit or whatever they got now. The white people going to fight for the Jews. And if they got a hard problem, the niggers are going to come out like jigaboos and fuck everybody up for touching Israel. So now I'm here. And you see the way Israel is fighting now. I'm here. They fighting the way they used to fight them in the Bible. But Trump keep getting in the way with his Presbyterian ass. Excuse me, we need straight evangelical here to whoop some fucking ass. Let me tell you something. Jesus told the Christians in the Bible, get yourself a weapon. He didn't say be pussy. He said get a weapon. He said sell your script and whatever and get yourself a weapon. He only told Peter don't kill the guy and cut his ear off because he wanted to die at that time for our salvation. But other than that, fuck people up when they mess with you. But sometimes we can fall back. But this is war. Islam called jihad. We're going to fuck you up. We're gonna fuck you up. We're gonna fuck you up. Listen, we gotta help the guy. There's a man in America, the Muslim called jihad. So the man who was American, he's white, he's a musket man. He went down to where the Muslim lived near him and wiped out that family. Now we gotta try to get his ass out of jail. You think it's funny, like he just killed the lady and the kid and whatever? We can't feel sorry for them. Y'all declare jihad. You declare war on our country. So the Muslims declared war. I mean, he found some Muslim, or y'all said y'all gonna go worldwide and kill us. So he went and got them. Stop saying you want to do jihad and Islam, or you about to see some shit you ain't never seen before. You already see it in Israel. I'm telling Israel, do the same shit that you did in the Bible. Keep that same energy the way you used to fuck your enemies up. Don't act like you forgot. Don't act like you forgot God, Yahweh call a shot. If Allah come up against you, beat his ass like you know Yahweh. Do it the same way you did in the Bible. Keep the same energy you had in the Bible so they know, yeah, we're the same people from the Bible. Look at how we fuck you up, just like we did in the Bible. Did we wipe out the Philistines? You call yourself Palestine because you using the name Philistine. But you know we fucked the Philistines up and killed all their leaders. What did we do to Hamas for helping Palestine? Okay, quote unquote Palestine is a corruption of the name Philistine. So we killed all your leaders like we did the Philistines in the Bible. I told them go around and kill all the leaders of Hamas and them. Why? They're quote unquote Palestine. That means they're Philistines. They want to pretend they're Philistines. Okay, you want to pretend you're Philistine, so we're gonna kill all your leaders. So you remember in the Bible, we killed all the Philistine leaders. Samson, one Jew by himself, killed all the lords of the Philistines. Read about that. Read about the Jews. Back the fuck up. That Holocaust shit is not happening in the time of Sharon Leslie Brown. You need to understand something. They already warned you I was coming. On this soil, I was spitting at the Muslims, letting them know I was coming. In the BX, when I was working over there, I was shutting them down, giving them a chance to come to Jesus before I got into office. But when I do take office, I gave them a precursor and a preview of the shit I'm about to do. I'm telling Israel, start doing the shit you were doing in the Bible, because I'm doing the shit that we've been doing in the Bible. The PM or MP of Turkey was threatening Israel. We're going to do this, we're going to do that. And his ass dropped dead. That's some Bible shit. We trying to let you know we do bang for God, but he banged for himself. He been laying niggas out. He let Lucifer come back into heaven to get it popping. He could have just said, no, shut him out. Don't let him back in heaven. Keep him down here. I don't want all that fighting mess in here. God act like it was a black barbecue. Bring that nigga up in here. He told Lucifer, say that shit to my face. Lucifer said, I'm going to ascend above the clouds. I'm going to be like the Most High. And God is saying, oh, you going to take me out of my seat? Oh, you got to know the God you serve. Yahweh Elohim. All these people don't want to be Christian because they acting like Christianity is soft and there's something sweet about us. That's the Muslims telling us if we fight, oh, we're going to try to say you crazy if you fight. Thank you. Let a motherfucker know it get crazy out this motherfucker. We like that reputation. If you touch the children of God, you gonna lock yourself up and hide from us. We see what you did to the hostage. You know you got something coming. They already done trapped somebody at their house and blew their ass up at their front door. Israel showing you the shit that we do. The Bible says, blessed be the Lord that teaches my hands to war and my fingers to fight. What God y'all been dealing with? The 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 Bible said David, the one that beheaded Goliath. God showed David how to kill Goliath by beheading him. What sweet God y'all talking about you don't want to worship? That's pussy. What pussy God y'all talking about? Allah? Allah pussy. Our God told David to behead Goliath. He beat his ass. He told him, I'm gonna take your sword and I'm gonna cut your head off with your own sword. That's our God. If you want a gangster God, that's the one we serve. All this stuff. If you fight, if you defend yourself, we're gonna say you crazy. Motherfucker, give us the reputation just so you know we fuck people up. We want you to know we fuck people up. All around the world, they say America fuck people up. They go in everybody's nation, they in everybody's business. Say something about God and see if we don't come in your country. You declared jihad now. We have free reign to come up in your country. We always have free reign to come up in your country as long as you hold in that Quran. When you hold that Quran, that's a threat against Israel. We could come in your country anytime. We always could. I just was sleeping, having fun, cheering, making songs, worshiping God. But now that I'm prepared to go in the office at some point, I'm ready for battle. When I do take the office as president, you do understand that means I am like a commander in chief over the military. So my father, my whole family is like military. It's like a lot of military. When I tell Israel to do something, like I'm just gonna say it. You don't have to believe it. It's just whatever. So I wrote a story, a book, and I was saying the person cut the wall off of the building and went in the building and did a few things. Israel cut the wall off of the building, went in and got a Muslim, killed their ass. You know it's me. Islam, you know it's me because you sent people to me in the 90s and I laid their ass out. You sent somebody to come and fight me and I had to wash my finger waves out because I was ready to whoop her ass. That bitch ran home. I thought you came for me. Don't get it twisted because I got a little bit of disability. I remember some stuff. But if I ever feel weak, when I'm weak, God is strong. I got some angels around that I can fall asleep and the angels will beat your ass and I'll wake up and they'll tell me, hey, this is the first time we talking to you. That's not in your dream. I've seen angels in my dream. I've seen God in my dream. I've seen, whatever. And the Muslims trying to scare the Jews and Christians to not admit that we can talk to God and that angels talk to us. Bitch, I'm not gonna lie and say God don't talk to me. He do talk to me. He could talk to me audibly, he could audibly or whatever way he want to. However he's spoken to me, I'm not hiding that God talked to me. He talked to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I put that in my lawsuit. They keep saying Israel is crazy because they said God spoke to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You're not saying the Christians are crazy. You doing that shit to the Jews. That's why we fucking you up. Whenever they do that crazy shit, they really doing that for the Jews because they want to get rid of Yahweh. They're trying to say the Jews are crazy for believing in Yahweh. Don't believe in Yahweh, believe in Allah. What the fuck is Allah? Obama? Y'all worshiping Obama? Let's just say it. Y'all worshiping Obama. That's why his treasonous ass gonna get the treasonous treatment. Yeah, but I'm here now. So you see, when I'm ready to take office, you see how Israel fight? That's how I fight. God teaches our hands to war. Israel is doing the stuff they was doing in the Bible. God was telling them how to fight their enemies. He made everybody. If somebody turn against him, he gonna fuck them up. Yeah. Uh, the sheriff had to shoot a judge because the judge was making people have sex for sentences. So there's a sheriff in jail. We got to get him out. He banged for God because the judge and the bailiffs and stuff were forcing people to have sex to get a better sentence. So that judge was calling the sheriff's daughter. The sheriff shot the shit out of the judge in his office. The judge was crawling on the table. Cop, 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 cop. You can't fuck with no sheriff. Now listen, you might want to play with the sheriff if you're not doing nothing wrong. Then you could just say some shit. The sheriff might be all right, or maybe not. If you're not doing that wrong, you have a good time with the sheriff. When you break that law and you're fed, the sheriff is the last line of defense of the cities and the states. The federal government, if you violate the state and the city, the sheriff's coming for your ass. That judge was in the courthouse. He was making the people in there have sex with him and his bailiffs and stuff for a better sentence. And then that judge called the sheriff's daughter. He came in that office and chased the judge under the table and shot the shit out of him. We got to get his ass out of jail. Cassie trying to take Diddy's money and abuse him, trying to get him in the mental health system and shit like that. That's why we trying to help him. They want to try to put him in the mental health system. They do that to all the military. Why? Why? Just listen. Why do you think they want to put the military in the mental health? Because we kill Arabs. We kill the people that believe in Allah. We kill Muslims. Who's the most of the psychiatrists? They're Muslim. They're Hindu. It's not really American. And then they try to bully the Jews through the UN. Who's mostly in the UN? The Muslims. It's mostly Muslims in the UN. All the stuff that is corrupt is not the Jews. They keep blaming the Jews, but that helped them out because they look like they're gangster, and they really are. But the people doing evil are the Muslims, the Catholics, and the idolaters. We're trying to do the right thing. So that sheriff went into that judge office. He said, "Hey boy, where are you?" That boy, that judge called his daughter. That judge said, "You called my daughter?" They saying he chased him around and he committed a crime. They giving the sheriff like a hood credit. The sheriff looked like a hood cat. The sheriff went up in the office. "You called my daughter," and he chased the judge under the table. Clap, 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 clap. He looked like one of the rappers. Clap, 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 clap. We gotta give the law enforcement a break because sometimes they gotta do stuff undercover. Sometimes when they do a shooting, it looks like they're being corrupt. It might be a terrorist or something that we don't know about. That's why you gotta always treat the person that's the defendant good because you don't know why they did what they did. Even though we could say, "Oh, it looks like we proved that he did something wrong," we gotta always say the law says he's innocent until proven guilty because there might be a reason he had to do it. Like whoever shot JFK, he was Catholic, but that's pedophilia. Catholic is pedophilia. So whoever shot JFK was white. You good for the white dudes. Stop saying they're racist. A white dude clapped JFK. Hopefully JFK, he turned at the last minute. He said Jesus, and he turned to the right one. His family married a Jewish person. Maybe that rubbed off on him. Martin Luther King was in his office every day, most of the time. Maybe that rubbed off on him. Martin Luther King died alongside of him not too long after or before. So hopefully Martin Luther King's Christianity rubbed off on him. I want to know if we got to clap for JFK, not the person that shot him. He had to do what he had to do. But because they put him in the Islamic mental health system, they had his sister in there. So was she was being kidnapped. Anybody in the mental health system is being kidnapped. But was that the reason why JFK was still in Catholicism after Martin Luther King came to him? Because Malcolm X, Martin Luther King was over there trying to get him to come to Christianity. Somebody kept saying that Malcolm X came to Christianity. It might be true. They said it about Michael Jackson, and Rodney Jerkins said it is true. Michael Jackson came to Christianity because Sandra Crouch led him to Jesus Christ. Michael Jackson was one thieving ass. Some of the stuff he did was real, but he was one thieving ass. He was robbing my family. I wanted his ass to get got, but he wound up becoming Christian. So it's just like Moses. Moses died early. It looked sad. Samson died early. But when you see the devastation they left, you go, "Oh, okay, God let Michael Jackson throw down a little bit, but just don't mess with the Jews." That's why he got his ass beat. So some Christians go to heaven early, and they be laughing up in heaven with the Jews and the Christians, like, "Oh, Jesus really was God. Oh, yeah, it is." Like, ow, so y'all was hooking us up. Or whatever disagreement that the Jews and Christians have, they'll get over it in heaven. They'll be like, "Oh, yeah, it was just God's war strategy." So when you see the Jews and the Christians going back at each other. God's war strategy. Even the Jews be fighting each other. Give them back their land. Wait, the Jews be telling the other Jews, give the Palestinians back their land. But the Jews know that's not the Palestinian land. I think God is hilarious. It's a great war strategy. You have two of the same people fighting each other, and then their enemies are so damn confused. Like, what's going on? But God is the greatest military strategist, and he's also the comedian extraordinaire. The stuff that he does is so funny. Life is funny and death is funny for the Christian and the Jew. We don't fear death. So when they try to accuse Netanyahu of allowing people to die, he doesn't have the authority to allow people to die. That's God's call. Whatever he had to do, that you got to blame God on that one. And anybody that's Jewish or Christian only get promoted to heaven. God took Moses where he wanted to. There was nothing that people could do about it. The only person that could stop Moses from going to heaven was Moses. All Moses had to say was, I want more time. Hezekiah turned his face to the wall and cried, I don't want to die. God said, you're going to die. I'm taking you to heaven. Hezekiah turned his face to the wall and said, I don't want to die. And God said, okay, I'll give you 15 more years. If a situation come where God tell you he gonna take you, you're in a real relationship with him. You tell him what you want. Okay, I want to stay for 15. He say 15. How about 30? He say it's really nice in heaven. You go, oh, I think Moses, when God said, bring your ass up here, you disobey me. Moses didn't say, no, I want to stay longer. He said, heaven? So and his ass went and left our ass down here. His ass probably could have been down here for 999 years. But the people started realizing, you know what, heaven is better. And plus, they're preparing for war and stuff up there. They do stuff every day for us, like they come back and forth and help us. But the angels, the regular people, stay up there. But the saints are going to come back. There's going to be a time. That's why I'm trying to tell you about our God. He's a warrior. The Bible said God is a man of war. So there's going to be a day that Jesus come back. And when he comes back on the horse, there's going to be blood up to the bridle of his enemies, the people that thought they could challenge his throne. You think that God is being foul, but any king, somebody try to take his throne, what they do? God is the first, the king of kings. People trying to take his throne. I made you and you don't have no respect for your daddy? Look, God is hilarious. In Psalm 2, if you open it and read it, it said, he that sits in heaven shall laugh, for the Lord shall have them in derision. God is like, first of all, I'm invisible. If I just blank out, how the hell are you going to get to me? I could sit on the throne and just blank out. You couldn't touch me, even if you touched my throne. But God let Michael the Archangel and the other angels stomp Lucifer and them out and then throw them out. That's some ghetto gangster shit. That's why Tupac said, I wonder if heaven got a ghetto. Did you see Tupac on screen stomping out one of the Crips or something? God had the angels stomp Lucifer out. That some people think it's Obama. Not his flesh, but the devil, the spirit. So anyway, God didn't tell Lucifer, you can't come back to heaven because you ain't acting right. He said, let's get this shit popping. He said, let Lucifer come your ass back up to heaven. You gonna take me off my seat? Listen, you see how 50 Cent be acting? Because he is Christian too. I hope he remain and whatever. Diddy Christian. He whooped Cassie ass. He didn't say, girl, stop that. Don't do that. She hit him. He went out into the hallway where he knows damn well there's cameras. She ran out into the cameras. She wanted to catch it on tape. He wanted to catch it on tape too. You hit me, bitch. You came here to steal my money. You came here to try to beat my kids out of their money and do whatever the fuck you think we do here to kids. Some of these people that go, listen, Diddy beat her ass, but I'm going to tell you this. Some of the people that go to Diddy house, they keep hearing rumors that Diddy is doing stuff to kids. Some of these bitches coming to Diddy house because they want to do stuff to kids. Diddy kept Cassie away from his kids. Just think about that. I want to spend time with the kid. He open, but he know to keep her ass away from his kid. y'all bitches hearing rumors that I do shit to kids over here, and then y'all coming over here trying to be with me. You trying to take their inheritance. You trying to get me locked up in a jail. You trying to get me in a mental institution because you know I'm gonna whoop your ass when you hit me, and you trying to steal their inheritance and probably trying to sleep with the kids and some shit. So when Cassie hit Diddy, every time she hit Diddy, he hit her back. He's the son of a military man. Hey, the military man was murdered. A lot of people in the Bible died. John the Baptist was beheaded. He's gangster. He was like next to Jesus. John the Baptist got beheaded. So when one of ours died, don't get it twisted. They just go to heaven. That's a promotion for them. They die in the faith just so you won't be scared. Who has to die that needs to know don't be scared to die? When the tribulation comes and God takes all the Christians up, there's not going to be any more Christians. There's going to be Jews down here. Then, when you want to believe in Christ at that time, that's going to be later on. The people are going to have to get beheaded. So when you start seeing people getting fucked up and stuff like that, you don't get scared. You know, if I am left behind, I do have an option. The Antichrist is gonna, they're gonna have to behead me. But I've seen a lot of Christians or whatever take it for the kingdom and they just go to heaven. John the Baptist, that happened to him in the Bible. So those Christians that they said, if you don't accept Allah, we're gonna cut your head off. We're gonna fuck you up for doing that. But we also know in the Bible, this is bravery. This is our warriors. No, you're not soft because you got caught. You're not soft like Trump, wussy ass who never been in the military, going to talk about the soldiers because they got caught. You know, like they're not good soldiers. John the Baptist was beheaded. Jesus was alive when it happened. Jesus let himself get caught and killed, and then he said, nobody take my life, I lay it down. And he said, you think I could not call 10,000 angels to get my ass down here? He didn't say ass, but he had an ass. He made one for himself. See, God is a spirit, but he made an ass and a whole body for himself so you could try to kick it, and then he could stand back up from the grave and say, that didn't work and it didn't hurt. It hurt a little bit so everybody know, if I let you get your ass kicked, I can let myself get my ass kicked. Don't hold it against me. God even says in the Bible, don't be offended in me. So I might let you get your ass kicked or whatever. But if you pray properly, a lot of this stuff will bypass you. Some of this stuff you don't have to deal with. But then the Bible also said, Jesus, for the joy of it, he went and died on the cross. Sometimes, like the military, you go, why do they get into the military? They could possibly die. I'm dying for God. I'm dying for my country. And the worst that could happen to me is I go to heaven. Heaven is a real place. Why people that fight for God aren't afraid? Why did he not afraid to go against the feds? First of all, I said it before. Y'all gotta listen to his song. My name's Pete Diddy. I run this city. Tell the cops, the feds, the DA to come get me. Not our cops, not our feds, not our DA. The corrupt ones, the Muslim Catholic one. Comey is a Muslim. I mean, Comey is a Catholic, same thing. Comey is a Catholic. I already told them in my lawsuit, no Muslims and Catholics can work in the courthouse. Like, who the hell you think you are? You know I ran for office. Stop playing with me. So I'll be pushing them around. Everybody that don't want to be corrupt, I'm gonna let you out. They're not gonna push you around. So if you need me, I'm putting shit into the court to chase out all the Muslims and Catholics. That sheriff shot the shit out of the judge. The judge thought he was gonna make people fuck him for a sentence. So then that means they're not even guilty. You got these people in here for no reason, and you gonna make them have sex with you and hold themselves so they can get a better sentence. You still gonna put them in jail, and they just get a better sentence. They still get a record, and then the motherfucker gonna cross the line and call the sheriff's daughter like something sweet about the sheriff. Now you know, or like 10, 20 years ago, I already let everybody know the sheriff's authority. He's the last line of defense. Even Shaq went and became a sheriff. I'm already telling people the sheriff's authority. When the feds go cuckoo, the sheriffs will back down the feds. And they actually did it. You'll see the feds try to come in somebody's town, the sheriffs back them up. A lot of them like when each other keep them in check. Don't let us get out of line, especially we might be undercover. So if the feds is coming at you, some of them are evil, some of them might be undercover. They might need you to back them up. And if they have to go in there and have to hurt something, the Fed don't want to do something if they're undercover. So it helps us to stop them in their track. But that sheriff, he went to the courthouse and the judge called his daughter. Now he didn't say it like this, but I'm dramatic. Like I'm a child of God. Stop thinking about the child of God as some wusses. So the sheriff went in the judge office. You pulled my daughter? You pulled my daughter, boy? Clack, 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 clack. Chase that nigga under the desk and shot the shit out of his ass. He had to shoot. It sounds funny. He had to shoot him because the bailiffs were making people sleep with them for money. It's a whole conspiracy. It's a whole what do they call it? Enterprise. If he didn't shoot the judge and get the hell out of here, the bailiffs are making people sleep with them. They got guns. There's more of them than him. He gotta clap the judge and get the hell out of there. They said he ran. The bailiffs are making people sleep with them. They got guns. There's like 4 or 5 of them. You think he gonna shoot the judge and just stand there? He could try it and shoot his way out. But why not clap where he had to take the man down? The man calling his daughter. The man is making people sleep. He getting ready to do it again. First of all, that judge is gonna make somebody else sleep with them again in his office. That sheriff shot the shit out of him. Clap, 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 clap. And then the sheriff got the hell out of the office. They trying to make it seem like it's a crime scene, like that's the sheriff's crime scene. That bitch called my daughter, and he got people sleeping with him for sentences. And he called my daughter. Don't give me that bullshit. I was abusing my wife. What? So why you got people sleeping with you for sentences? He lying about that. So he's trying to tell him, at least look into it. So if he was lying, what's the harm in looking into what he's saying? He said he should be out and he should be running the scene and showing them what he's telling them. I said he's doing this and let him show them. They're going to try to wait till the time run out where he can't prove it no more. But God already got the evidence. And so we backing the sheriff. His story sounds legitimate, and we're gonna back. If you stand up against the federal government, the Constitution says if the government goes astray, you're supposed to have weapons to be able to defend yourself. So if the government tries to come after you and tries to harm you, you're supposed to defend yourself. You're not supposed to just stand around and act like you're helpless. God didn't make you no punks, no pussies. You are children of God. You're supposed to defend yourself, and the real government will be happy. They said the FBI was at January 6th. It's their fault. They don't want Biden in there, and he get in there, he gonna be trying to tell them what to do. Biden is not. He can't be in there. He helped Obama, and he's also evil. He's a treasonous. He's a pedophile. He took a shower with his 11-year-old daughter. So they saying the FBI was standing out there when they ran into January 6th. Then they're doing their job. Either they can do it themselves, or they can let the people go handle the government that's out of control. Constitution says when the government is out of control, we can put them back in control. So the federal government is standing there letting them do whatever needs to be done. They could have did more. And then the only reason why they went to jail is because we got Muslims and Catholic on the bench. If we only had Jews and Christians, they would have been fine. So some of them are getting out. No thanks to Trump. Trump is a lowlife too. But if we can push him around and make him do a few things that's good, I could play hooky and be helping people in their court cases. So now that I could be over here a little bit, whenever God get me over where he want me, that's fine. But right now, I can help people with their court cases. So I can go see which courts are corrupt. So I'm going to the civil court. I'm doing some real cases, and I'm working towards my law degree. I already plan to do it. But I'm also, whenever they do something to Diddy, like I was doing it before, so now they got enough information. Whatever they said about Diddy, I put in the order to show cause. I told them what was real. The next time they said something about Diddy, I put in the order. It's like maybe like 10 different order to show cause. And my case is Brown versus Ventura. So I just wanted to let them know that Cassie was the one that tried to set Diddy up. and people might not want to hear it, but Jay Z might have something to do with it. There's two SC, like SC, Sean C. If I said to you, Sean C did something wrong to me, which one am I talking about? All I gotta do is stand near somebody with a name similar to mine, do all kind of foul shit. They're gonna blame him, and I'll actually point them in his direction. So we don't trust Sean Carter because he doesn't believe in Yahweh. It's not that we prefer Diddy. It's just that Sean Carter don't fuck with Yahweh. So we know you're not gonna tell the truth. If you rock with Yahweh Elohim and Jesus, we'll help you out and we'll fuck up everybody that's messing with you too. All Beyonce and Jay Z got to do is turn to Jesus and Yahweh for real, and we'll fight for you too, like you never did nothing wrong to us. Anybody out there that fucked us over, if you turn to Yahweh and Jesus, I'm a pastor. If you turn to Yahweh and Jesus, we're going to act like you never did anything to us because the Bible said, who can lay anything to the charge of God's elect? If you did some foul shit and somebody know it, they ain't got shit for you. All you got to do is become Jewish or Christian. Let them tell me that shit to my face that they did something. And the UN made them do it. The Muslim made them do it. They're out of the UN. If any of y'all have sinned, the UN is the one telling you you gotta accept homosexuality. They're telling you you gotta accept MAP, a minor attracted person. That's pedophilia. They're telling you that there's teachers teaching a minor attractive person is normal. They're trying to push pedophilia, but they're also trying to make you scared of a map. They want you to associate map with pedophilia so you don't really look at the map and see Israel belongs to the Jews. These people are very wicked. They're crafty. Obama is the head of their bullshit. They have never been racist towards us. They just know a dark dude was going to come and run everything because Adam was black, the first man. Eve was black, the first woman. Noah was black. And then the three sons, the races diverged. It was a multiple. But Obama is the head of the evil side, and Joe Biden is the second in command. And then whoever else, it doesn't matter. You know, anybody that was trying to see if they could want to be evil, all you got to do is come to Yahweh or come to Jesus. You could become Jewish or Christian. We'll forgive you of everything you ever did, and then we'll beat all the asses of the people that try to make you mess with us. It'll be like you never did anything wrong. We keep trying to tell you, come to us is better on this side. We will fuck everything up like you was Jewish. You see how we banging for the Jews? We'll fuck people up like you Jewish. And we knew this. We could do this, Brutus. I'm in effect now. I don't play. But I'm a funny person. I do comedy and do stuff like that. But my war skills is not to be matched because I get it from Yahweh. My name's Sharon. That's also a name for Jesus. Rose of Sharon. That's him. In the book of Song of Solomon, the lady, her name is Rose of Sharon. They say she's the most beautiful woman, fairest of them all. But that is a name for Jesus. So when the lady is portraying Jesus in the movie, there was somebody in the Bible who was called by Jesus' name. Rose of Sharon. She said, I'm the Rose of Sharon and the lily of the valley. Jesus is called the lily of the valley. So a woman did have Jesus' name. I've never seen somebody just call like Yahweh, like Jay-Z did. Like I've never seen somebody really just call themselves Yahweh. There's somebody named Yahweh Ben Yahweh, crazy. But they just turn from that stupidness and come to Jesus. If you don't, you know you're going to hell. There's nothing we can do. That's between you and God, and we fight on God's side. If we got to defend the kingdom, when it's not personal, we keep telling you come away from the evil stuff because that is going to make God put you in hell. When you can have all the stuff that you got now is small compared to what God will give you. You people pretending to have billions, I'll make you get trillions, and I'll take my ass to sleep. You can sing all my song. Like, you don't got to steal it. You can sing all my song. I'll go rest. I'll go on a boat somewhere and go sleep and go hang out. I'll go chill out. I don't have to. I can do my office jobs and stuff like that, whatever office God has me for. And I could do it. I'm quick with what I do. Go over to that country, go to that country. I'll tell them how to kill and get our people out of there and do it. And then I'll go take a nap and relax and raise some kids and stuff. Listen. I don't take long to do what I do. I get in and I get out. And then I take my ass to sleep like Jesus sleeping on the boat, and Peter worried, yo, carest thou not that we perish? Bro, if you go to heaven, listen, Jesus on the boat with him, you're not going to die. But if you went to heaven, you're going to meet him up there and see him without the flesh. He's going to be spirit, he's going to be Yahweh. If Peter did die, you're only going to go to heaven and see me. Then you're going to say, oh, you look like that, and with the skin on, you look like this as a spirit. So the basically, like Jesus could say, what's the worst thing that happens? You're gonna go to heaven and have a better life there than here. What could the devil do to you? That's why the Bible says, don't fear him that can kill the body. Fear him after he kills the body, he can take the soul. Jesus can take the soul. Don't worry about somebody saying they're gonna kill you. First of all, if Jesus don't say it's my time to die, you can't even kill me. And then if I do like Hezekiah, I could turn to the wall and cry like Hezekiah, see if I can get 15 years. Be like, what about 30, God? What about 60? Like Hezekiah, God told Hezekiah, be prepared, you're going to die and be buried with your fathers. Hezekiah was the king of Israel. Hezekiah said, hell no. He turned his face to the wall and cried, I don't want to die. God said, all right, I'll give you 15 more years. If I was Hezekiah, I'd be like, how about 30? He said, yeah. How about 60 more years? I'll be like, oh, I like what's going on down here. All this fighting shit is nice. My father was a boxer. Y'all want jihad? Come your ass in. Look, they snuck into America when we didn't know. Even though I said I want America to be sanctuary city, and then they gonna come across the border like they sneaking in. I'm a fat, lazy American. I don't have to go around the world, travel for them. And in the 90s, they said I was gonna run for Congress and president. I prefer president. Whenever I step in as president, I'm doing some stuff now and helping them fight. But whenever I step in as president, woo child, I'm a lazy, fat American. So what happens is all the people that I need to get for knocking down our twin towers and all the terrorism they did to us, I'd rather they come to me. So in the story that I wrote, they read, I go around the world and I find all the pedophiles and stuff. No, but I said, let's have a sanctuary city. And then all these motherfuckers came across the border. I blame Biden, but don't say that. But so all these motherfuckers came across the border because we did have sanctuary city. When they go back to their country, they know they've been in a Christian nation. If they're Jewish and Christian, they stepped foot soil on this land. If anybody that crossed that border, I invited them to the sanctuary city as a pastor. I have the authority to give people sanctuary. I invited people here as a pastor to have sanctuary if they're being abused in their country. If I find out anybody went back to their country and they're abusing them because they're Jewish and Christian, you know what we're going to do to you. You know I don't even play that. Anybody in those countries, and I already told y'all, start giving reparations to Israel. You have the Muslim country, you got to pay. You know it's in the Bible already that the nations are going to be bringing money into Israel. You got to start paying reparations for using their land of Israel, for using their coffee, for using their whatever water over there, whatever it is that you've been using on the land of Israel that you call Palestine. You better get your money up together and start paying. All the Muslim nations that benefited from the terrorism, you better get your money together and you better start paying it to Israel. Many of you that still insist on being Muslim, you know you're not going to make it. You already know that we're not going to allow that pedophile shit because y'all ready to try to all do that 9-year-old marriage shit. So we're telling you, you're not gonna last long. So we already got Pope Francis out there. I already told we were gonna march around the walls of Vatican, but his ass dropped dead before we could get over there. I told the Pope, you keep fucking around with Israel and saying all that stupid shit to Israel, we're gonna come over there and march around your walls and yell and scream. Is that crazy when we scream? We're gonna march around the walls like they did in the Bible, and then Shabbat. The scream is called Shabbat. It's actually a religious thing to scream. So we're going to march around the walls of Jericho and we're going to knock the walls of Vatican down. I told the Pope that. And I told him some other thing. His ass dropped dead. I told him we was going to come into the... I told the Pope. I told him to his... Directly to him. I told him, if you keep talking crazy about Israel, we're going to come to the Vatican, march around there, knock down the walls of the Vatican, and we're going to come get you. His ass dropped dead. Pope Francis got out of there. So now we got an American Pope over there. Y'all sent a Catholic over to us. Y'all had JFK in our office. We shot the shit out of him. Now we made the Pope drop dead. That's two. There's probably some more. Stop fucking with America. We really don't play that. Before I was born, we don't play that. Now that I'm here, we really don't play that. I am not the one. Everybody already know that. I'm not the one. If you mess with Israel, I'm gonna tell them how to fight. And then when they start doing the shit that they've been doing in the Bible, you're gonna be like, how they know how to do that? I keep telling them, look at the Bible, the type of shit y'all was doing to them in the Bible. Let them see you the same people. They keep saying, that's not Israel. Those are white people. They're light. The Bible did call Solomon white, but he's part black and white. I mean, yeah, but not Caucasian, not Japheth. The white people you're talking about is Japheth, the older brother. But the Jews, the Bible calls them white. They are Semitic. They're not Japheth. And then the black people are Hamitic, Ham. And how the Hamas call themselves Hamas, it's next to the name Haman, who tried to harm the Jews and got hung. He tried to make them hang all the Jews, and his ass wound up getting hung. We always get your ass. Don't get excited about the Holocaust. You know what the Holocaust was? The Jews had their own personal rapture. Like, you think you was killing them, but a swarm of Jews went up to heaven and flew like birds right into God's heaven, right into their king, their maker. Y'all look like clowns. Y'all trying to do something so evil, and the Jews beat us again. The Christians should be mad. The Jews beat us during the Holocaust. When they died, 6 million entered into heaven around the same time. That's almost like a rapture. They beat our ass to a rapture. They beat us again. Shit. That's why we gotta help them. That's why they think we their slave. They get all the fly shit. Now somebody dying in God is fly. You know, if somebody died in the war and they fought hard and they defended the country, you know that's some gangster shit. So the Jews, they just chilled out like Jesus. They like we think about Jesus as good sometimes, bad sometimes. They chilled out like Jesus. They could have been fighting. They could have had a battle royal during the Holocaust. Like, you ain't touching us. They let them do all kind of shit, and they just chilled out like Jesus, sleeping on a boat and shit. They just chilling. What's the worst that can happen to us? We going to heaven? I'm saying, I guess we should fight all the time, but like, seriously, like, we're going to heaven? Y'all suicidal. Y'all bomb yourselves to hell. We only going to heaven. Like, my bad. Like, what is it that y'all could do? You don't have nothing for us. If we die, we only go to heaven, and that place is better than here. That's not even the final heaven. There's a new heaven, new earth, new Jerusalem. So we actually get to go to this heaven, and then later on, we get to go to the new heaven, new earth, new Jerusalem. Y'all can't even get past the velvet rope. When you choose the wrong God, you have a choice to choose the right one. The Muslims, the Arabs are related to us. They're cousins to the Jews and then whatever. But when you got the wrong God, it's like you're not related no more. Get the right God so we can show you all the good stuff we got.
Look at your little boy.
So
we didn't turn the kings. Shit turned me a grown man. I was 17.
Who that? Meek Mill? I don't know if that's Meek Mill. Meek Mill from the town my father's from. My father's from Pennsylvania. My uncle was known worldwide. My uncle was known, but I'm not gonna say what for. But it's just Second Amendment. My uncle was known. My father was boxer who walked the runway with models. He was known. He was known for his fists. He was known for peace. Like Moses clapped. Y'all, people act like they don't understand God is gangster. And when Moses saw somebody abusing one of the Jews that was a slave, he killed the man. Bang! And then the Jews told on him, so he had to run. They were going to try to arrest him, so he ran. God chose the one that killed somebody to defend somebody else, to lead the nation. Stop listening to people telling you you can't use self-defense. Diddy cracked Cassie ass because she hit him in the room. You gonna run, bitch? You gonna run like Tina Turner? Everybody stopped crying over Tina Turner. Ike Turner wound up getting saved when he died. Fuck Tina Turner. Tina Turner was Buddhist. She tried to diss God. Look at the movie again and see she tried to diss God because they didn't want her to be a harlot in church and singing all wild and stuff. You could have fun in church, but they saw something else wrong with her. She went into Ike Turner's house and tried to sleep with him while his wife and kids was there. You think he wrong for whooping her ass for the rest of her life until she left him? He came into his Tina Turner came into Ike Turner's house, tried to fuck him while his wife was in the house and his kids was in the house. Then she tried to take over and raise his kids. You damn right he beat the fuck out of her and did all kind of shit to her. God said God is not mocked. Whatsoever a man sow, that shall he also reap. Tina Turner tried to get Ike Turner's wife into the mental hospital. Ike Turner whooped her ass like, oh, I'll be with you, but I'm gonna beat your ass on behalf of my wife and my God. Take a man away from his wife and put him with a fake wife. Watch how he treat that fake wife. That's what I'm trying to tell the woman, for your sake, you need to get out of there. These fake women, for your sake, you need to get the hell away from a man that is not yours. He got a real wife. Like he got a real God. These they thought something was wrong, was sweet with Diddy, but you know his father is military. You thought because he died, Moses died. Moses died early. You thought because his father got murdered that it was something sweet with him. Jesus got murdered. He's God. So you know God do that too. You know he do that. He play dead and then he really died, but he like play dead and then he get up like, oh, I'm okay. So Diddy father is in heaven somewhere. He in heaven. So niggas got excited because they killed Diddy father. But he was a military man. Diddy got more stars and stripes than most people without the billions. Like Kelly Rowland said, I don't know. I hope Kelly Rowland is good. I don't know that she bad. She said y'all didn't think that I would bump like this. I told y'all I was gonna bump like this. Diddy told them, tell the cops, the feds, the DA to come get me. I think he made that before Cassie. Why Cassie dumbass didn't listen to his music? Tell the cops, the feds, the DA to come get me. Wow, I got something for that DA. That prosecution got fired. Y'all need to be bigging up Diddy like never before and praising God. You see him with the cross, he banging for Jesus. Why y'all scared to bang for Jesus when you see how Diddy living now, how he giving it up? Y'all should be swarming to Jesus like, oh, this ain't no punk religion. A lot of people say they don't want to be a Christian because, it's like punk and wuss. Andrew Tate, y'all need to let Andrew Tate know what's up. Listen, if you don't want a wuss religion, I'm heading a lot of the stuff right now. Follow me. I pops or I get something to pop. If just let Andrew Tate know we're gonna show you the real Christianity. It's not soft. It's not pussy. God is a man. Forget Ariana Grande. God is not a woman. God pop. He just if Andrew Tate don't understand, just give him some example. God let Lucifer come up to heaven and said, "Say that shit to my face." Lucifer said he was gonna take his throne. Then God lives inside of his children. Inside of Michael the Archangel and God stomped out Lucifer and his fake angel. God let Michael the Archangel and them stomp Lucifer out and then throw him out of heaven all the way down to the earth. Y'all think something sweet with God? What God are y'all talking about? Just because sometimes he paused to say, now any of y'all motherfuckers want to say sorry and come on to my side? You think God is soft because he said any of y'all motherfuckers change your mind? God said he is love. He said he has mercy. Okay, I done whooped your ass. I done showed you my power, showed you my glory. I showed you I fuck people up. You still confused that I'm God? I'm the one in charge? Are you understand what God is? He's in charge. If he gotta smash some asses to let you know I'm the one in charge, he'll do it as a father or he'll do it as an enemy. And then he'll still say, would you like to come on our side? Or we got to fuck you up further until there's no more repentance for you and I got to send your ass to the lake of fire. But when you see that they trying to marry 9-year-olds in Iraq and they trying to rape the kids, they try, like, I understand raping the kids is horrible. but they're trying to turn a man out in jail. They trying to put them on drugs, mental drugs, and then they're gonna try to say, "Oh, you was born a woman," and try to see if they could turn them out. And they telling them when you go in jail, a man gonna violate you. This is unheard of shit. This is on in the Bible when one side of Israel tried to do that stupid shit. They killed their own people trying to do that gay shit. They laid their fucking ass out. Then at the end, they was feeling sorry for them and said they gave them wives. We don't do that gay shit. That's why you can't blame, you can never blame Israel for any body boy shit, no gay stuff. Because if you look at the Bible, when one of theirs came and tried to do that shit, they sent the woman out. You do that shit with a woman before you touch a man. And then after he sent a letter to all the tribes of Israel, cut her ass up in pieces, they killed my wife and they fucked her ass because they was trying to fuck the angels, and we sent her out instead of them violating the man. We sent her ass out. They went to war with Benjamin, killed the shit out of them, and then they stopped, paused God's anger subsided, and they got them wives. Their asses is not in hell, they're in heaven. Lucifer tried to break sin out on them. Everybody messing up. Sin is a wicked taskmaster. Sin is catchy. Some people fall to it, but they're not evil. They're just fallen. That's why we try to ask again, is anybody interested in God? Because some people, they just fell into sin. They weren't trying to sin. It's not in their heart. So we're inviting anybody that want Jesus, come to Jesus. Come to Yahweh. If you're not ready for Jesus, come to Yahweh. But if you mess with Israel on their holiday about the temple, you brought out that video of the emaciated hostage. You know, God said, "Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord, I will repay." He's going to use our hand and he's going to use his own. You won't even see him because he's spirit, but he might pop up and show you it's him when he whoop your ass. You already know we knocked down your mosque without even being there. I just prayed, God, look at them trying to build that mosque over there. And God knocked it down. Look it up and see the mosque that got knocked down. They were trying to build it up. It collapsed on them. Y'all ain't ready for the things that's about to happen. I'm telling you, do it yourselves. Just take down the rest of the mosque and Islam, Hinduism, take down all the idols temples, because when I get into office, I'm going to do it. I'm going to take down the idols temples, but I'm not going to be so nice because I heard about the things you're doing to kids. I heard about. I'm giving you the time now to change what you're doing. I heard what you. God is giving you the time because He didn't send me right in. You see people acting like they're me. They're delaying me going into the different office and doing whatever. Good. That's good for you. You get more time. God is saying, I got a ravenous lion here. When she get in there, she dealing with people on treason. I'm dealing with people on treason charges. When I go to the nations that mess with Israel, you are treasonous against heaven and earth and Israel and America. The people who hit our Pentagon on 9/11, you could just forget about it. You could act like you were never born. That's why I'm still saying I suggest the people that know they benefited from hitting our Pentagon. I'm not talking about the World Trade Center. You touch our military, our seat of our military, you better act like you don't even see that building. You touch our Pentagon. I'm telling you, you better find Jesus and Yahweh fast. The people that touch my Pentagon, you're gonna wish you were never born. It's gonna be like you were never born. It's gonna be like the earth under your house might not even be there no more. It might just be all gone. I'm telling you, you touch my Pentagon on my watch. I don't care if I got in there or not. People trying to steal my seat and the different things like that. I don't care. You touch my Pentagon. You need to come to Jesus and do it. You already know how Christians do. After you really repent and you come to Jesus, you come to Yahweh, we act like you never did shit to us. But if you out there, when I sit my ass on that seat, you in the hot seat. I'm just warning you. Some hoe ran over a police officer. He better be corrupt and a Muslim or a Catholic. If he's Jewish and if he's Christian, I don't know where you're gonna live on the planet. I suggest you take a flight off the planet. I don't think it's possible. But that lady that thinks she got off on the case, you ran over a police officer. He better be some Catholic or Muslim and he was raping people or something. If he's Jewish and Christian, I don't know where you gonna hide. Lady, I'm advising you. I don't know where you're gonna hide. It'd be advisable to find Jesus and Christian. You think this is a nice sermon that a preacher give? Am I a nice preacher? Lady, look, listen, and I'm very serious. The Bible says the minister does not bear the sword in vain. The Bible didn't say the minister does not bear the Bible. The Bible says the minister does not bear the sword in vain. You touched my Pentagon. Those people, you ran over a popo. They popo. The lady that ran over the popo, find Jesus, find Yahweh, because you're not gonna get away with that one. I don't care if they gave you charges. When I get into office, you not gonna. There's not gonna be a place you can hide on the planet. Everybody that got paid to hit the Pentagon, you just need to creep. If you anywhere near the Pentagon, you need to creep by there and act like you don't see it or impale yourself. Because if you even look wrong at my Pentagon, God only knows the things that He's gonna do to you. But I'm gonna make sure that happens to you. You touched my Pentagon on 2011, but you knew I was alive when you did it. But you knew that I was going to be, you know, as a little girl, I said I was going to be doing this stuff and taking office and making sure my country and helping my military. The people that did that, you heard me when I was a little girl. Y'all was stalking the Muslim. You heard me say I was going to make sure that the military get off the streets and find out who was bothering them. I found out it's the mental health system and it's Islam, the UN. So Islam doctors abuse the military, and then they get them in the office and try to get all kind of military secrets out of them. Don't be surprised what happened to you guys. But okay, fine. So what I'm saying now is the World Trade Center. We're gonna handle that. We're not finished punishing people for the World Trade Center. All the Islamic leaders, you're benefiting from the fact that the World Trade Center was knocked down. The Muslim leaders now, there's still people being paid because y'all knocked down the World Trade Center and y'all hit the Pentagon, Dulles, and all that stuff. You still paying people for that. You benefited from that. Or that's why I'm saying the whole Islam got to go. If you still pretend you're Muslim, I'm assuming you're benefiting from 9/11, and I'm gonna come for you. The things I got planned for you, you see what I got Israel to do to you in Gaza. When they crying over in Gaza, thank me. The stuff that I told Israel to do to y'all, they did it, and look, it worked out. Trump keep interrupting, but God keep giving y'all an opportunity. He telling you this one is savage. Don't let Megan fool you. She stole that song from me. You don't gotta believe me, but you know I'm the one. You could see that I'm the one telling Israel some of the stuff to do. Y'all know y'all saw when I was telling Israel to do some stuff. Just just you can lay low or you can keep it high. It doesn't matter. It's just gonna get done. You touched my Pentagon. You you thought it was just cool. Khomeini, you've been around for a long time. Khomeini, you hiding out. You don't know who Mossad is. We got them infiltrated in there. They cut the building open and killed the guy inside. They killed somebody on your soil, just letting you know they could get you. They flew overhead when you was at somebody else's funeral, Khomeini. You see Israel, they running up in your airspace like God could did this a long time ago. So why he taking his time? He letting people get a chance. Choose evil, choose life or death. Death is nothing to God. He said, I kill and make alive. Like, bro, I'm trying to let you know about this God thing. There's only one. I take people up to heaven, they get a tour, they see how everything is, they learn to fight for the day we're gonna come and fight. Or everybody don't be you can be mad about the Holocaust, but don't think people got away with what they did in the Holocaust. Because when Jesus come back, one of the times he's gonna come back multiple times. One of the times he's gonna fight, he's gonna be on a white horse, he's gonna fight with the evil people that are here, and blood will come up to the bridle. The saints are going to be with him. That includes Jews, Christians, and angels. The same Holocaust people you thought was soft, that didn't fight, they're going to be killing up stuff. Ice T said, they're gonna be killing up stuff, and it's gonna be blood up to the bridle. Is gonna let you know he's the real commander in chief. And by the way, for all the people that want the Indians to fight the Caucasian people, by the way, I'm just gonna say this: I'm African, black, like I'm black, but that comes from Africa. My mother's last name is McKay. You could take that any way you want to. I don't explain that. My mother's last name is McKay. Most of the people in my family are light. They confuse them as white sometimes. My mother's last name is McKay. Yes, I can say she's black, but my mother's last name is McKay. All right, that's just whatever. I'm black, and I'm also Native American. I got a lot of people to fight for. Now, the Native Americans, we starting to learn some more things about them. We learned that Christopher Columbus was actually Jewish. All right, so this is good. This is good. The Native Americans, they celebrated Christmas, oh no, Thanksgiving with the Pilgrims. That means they already knew about Yahweh when they was here. They knew about Jesus. They celebrated Thanksgiving. That means they knew about the God of the Europeans. And it was the Europeans came over here, but that was part of Christopher Columbus. Many of them could have also been Jewish. Muslims, watch out. You have no idea how America was founded. You just dumbfounded. When you found out Columbus was really Jewish, Ashkenazi, did that make you go hide in the cave? That means a Jew was had hand in discovering America. That's why the Indians didn't buck. Who are the Indians? We gotta find this shit out. Because the Indians here already knew the God of Columbus and the God of the people that came here. We gonna find some shit. We still looking for Esau. We trying to see Esau. The last we saw Esau, he was friendly with his brother Jacob, and Jacob thought he was going to harm him, and he was nice to them. And he didn't bother them. So, but there's a lot of Jacob that love Israel. You got a lot of people around the world fighting for Israel, and you have no clue because people are stuck on the skin color. But when we say that, then they lost because it's like if I can't rely on looking at skin color to see who's on whose side, what the fuck do we do? That's what we trying to tell you. You all fucked up in the game because God is in charge and he gonna fuck you up. That's why we just can never lose because you really don't know how many Jews are in the world. There are 12 tribes. They only call themselves Jews. That's just one tribe. Where are the other 12? So, like, say for instance, Gaza, we're gonna get you. And then all of a sudden, somebody that say they hate Israel, all of a sudden whoop your ass, and you like, why are you doing that? I thought you don't like the Jews. If you ain't a clown, you don't know that God ruled the heavens and the earth. He can make Israel's enemies fight for them. The Saudis let Israel use their airspace to beat their own Muslims. You be like, how did that happen? They're cousins to the Jews. They're cousins. So there's a familiar relationship, but the Saudis are evil because they're Muslim. And then some of them might not be Muslim. Some of them might be Mossad. Wait, some of the people in the Muslim nations are Muslim. They're evil. Some of the people in the Muslim nations are Mossad. They're undercover. Some of the people in the Muslim nation are Christian. They're forced to be Muslim. Like, it's just so hilarious that you don't know how many Muslims there are in the world because they keep forcing people to say they're Muslim. So they're the ones that also make people go undercover. You better be Muslim, and then the person pretend they're Muslim, and then when it's time to fight, they fight for Israel, and you confused. Yeah, the Muslims and Catholics are so damn stupid. It's like God is like, damn, we gotta give them like 5 points and let them see if they can work their way back. We gotta give them like 100 points and see. Y'all still don't want to try to come this way? Like you don't see we whooping your ass? We sending people up. The people that you try to kill and send up, they just preparing for war to come back and fight your evil people later on. Like this is the funny part. When the Holocaust happened, all the people that went up to heaven as Jewish are up there preparing to come back for war to fight against the evil people, but this time they're actually going to fight and fuck people up. So when you send them up there, that's the worst thing to do because they're preparing for a war for another day, and you might be here when they get back. What if you still here when some of the people from the Holocaust come back and they start fucking people up? Blood up to the bridle. This is fun. It's fun telling the truth. I can't lie. Uh, so I just want everybody to know that God loves them and He wants them. We don't want to harm anybody that God made. If it's possible, come to Jesus or come to Yahweh. The Holy Spirit is God. You could have Jesus, you could have Yahweh. Just don't mess with the Jews because we are going to come for you. Don't look at the clock expecting it to be favorable to you because we might reach you quick. I work fast. The reason why God is delaying me getting into office, and I have the lawsuit for that. The reason why God delayed me getting into office because I work too fast. So I like you see how Israel was wiping everybody out all real quick. They getting people we were looking for 20 years because I work real fast. Do this, do that, do that. Go over there, go over there. I work real fast. So God is like slowing it down because He has a time frame, and I'm just whooping the shit out of people. Like get that one, go go. But so my thing is that He needs my military skill. He made me like this, but I'm quick. But when He want me to do it, I'll do it quick, quick, quick. Then He let me vacation. I go on my boat rides. I do whatever. I chill. I go to the ports and help the Jews out where people try to attack them and stuff. We make sure they get charges and things like that. They do different things. I went to the Diddy trial. They try to get my man Diddy. He's not my man like that. But they try to get him. I filed some lawsuits and stuff against Cassie so that they could see that she set him up and she's going down in her enterprise. And there's other enterprises working to mess with the Jews and the Christian. We're gonna lay that out like shout. We also preparing for Jesus to come back. We can like the Christians. I can't feel comfortable with Jesus coming back to take the Christians away unless the Jews can walk around like lions of the land and nobody bother them. So we gotta let them post up and flex on people and stunt on them because that's our brethren. We got to make sure that nobody's going to be bullying them when Jesus take us to heaven. He's going to have the Jews down here. So we got to let them flex and floss and strengthen their muscles and see we can whoop their ass. Even if America lay back, you whoop everybody's ass and beat their ass in God. God will help you. Don't be scared because you know that at some point we won't be here. You think that they're going to be herbing you. No, there's only one time that we know when they try to do something, y'all got to go to the mountains. But that's in the Bible. It'll let you know. But for the most part, Israel going to be doing what they want to do. They're going to be able to worship God during the tribulation when everybody else is suffering. The Christians, black, white, Chinese, anything, Christians will be in heaven with Jesus. The Jews are going to be down here. We want them to be lions of the land, not scared of nobody. Nobody better not tell them anything. If anything, they're going to allow the Jews to do whatever they need to do for God, and that's how we're going to have it. So we're not turning on America by letting the Jews do their thing. The Jews are going to be down here during the tribulation, but they're not going to be a part of the suffering. They're only going to have one time when they try to chase them into the mountain, but that's a small part, and that's it about Judea. So for the most part, the Jews are going to be the lions of the land. So we want them to get comfortable with that right now. Even though, like the Christians can sit back a little bit and let them do whatever. And if they need us, I'll post up and jump up and let them know you ain't touching the Jews. But then they go around, they fight in 7 nations at one time. When we're not here and Jesus take us home, that's what y'all will be able to do that if y'all had to. But they're gonna wind up leaving y'all alone, letting y'all do whatever you need. But this is gonna be a part of the reason why when the tribulation comes, the Jews is gonna be able to lay back, fall back and chill and worship their God and sacrifice and do whatever, and nobody's gonna bother them because they posting up now. They beating up 7 different nations at one time. We letting them know don't touch the Jews. And we only gonna be up in heaven just a little shout away. He gonna call God and the Jews are gonna call God and God gonna whoop your ass. But we gonna come back one day. When God take it, I'm leaving a message for all the there won't be Muslims and Catholics at that time. We're going to wipe that out. They can either come to Jesus or they can get what they get. But when the Jews are here and God raptures us or we're caught up to heaven, we're going to be up there, but we will return. If you even look at the Jews wrong while they down here by ourselves, we got something for your ass. I'll bet you that y'all gonna treat them right. Only Jesus gonna let them bother them one time during the tribulation when they have to go to the mountains, and that is going to be Judea. But rarely in the tribulation is anything going to occur with the Jews. We just let you know. So now the Jews are getting their footing and they're positioning themselves to be lions of the land. So America is not abdicating their throne. We're a Jewish Christian nation. We've been Jewish Christian. Adam and Eve is the parents of the Jews. They're black. Even if the Jews aren't completely black, their parents are black. The Adam and Eve, they're niggers. Adam and Eve are niggers. Noah was a nigger. Or everybody that comes out of the nigger, they have different colors and stuff, but they're all children. That's why somebody said fear of a black planet. Well, all the people could be considered black if they worship Yahweh and Jesus. So anyway, I think I'm going to get out of here like in 5 minutes. But I just want you to be comforted, and I want you to be comforted in Yahweh and Jesus. That the Jews will prevail. Sometimes they got to treat people like Amalekites. You can look it up to see how God treated the Amalekites. He wiped them all out because all they wanted to do was harm the kingdom of God. More than just the Jews, they wanted to harm the kingdom of God. And then we're going to treat them like the Philistines. Since you want to call yourself the Palestinian, quote unquote, we're going to treat you like the Philistine. So it's going to be the Amalekites, and next is going to be the Philistine. So we did that. We destroyed the leaders of Hamas. You're going to be the Amalekites and the Philistines. We got your number. We got something for you. Stop messing with the Jews. But that Pentagon thing, y'all gonna see a side of me that y'all ain't gonna understand. You you messing with the Pentagon is like coming to my house messing with my family. If somebody came into my house messing with my family, you might think that I'm just chilling and nothing's gonna happen. But so my thing is that the people that did the Pentagon and the people that like violated my home space and stuff like that, like you like violating the Pentagon is like coming into my house. That violating the Pentagon is like walking into the White House doing some shit. So my thing is, you shouldn't did that. Parents up, okay? Parents up, okay? Um, but I'm going to handle the people that mess with the Pentagon. So, like the leaders of the nations of the Muslims now, y'all need to turn your nations into Jewish Christian. You got to get rid of Islam because I can't stop me when I come for you for touching the Pentagon. I already put it in the lawsuit, so I'm telling the leaders of the Muslim nations, you're not gonna, you have to get rid of Islam. You got to get rid of Catholicism. Those nations too. I didn't tell you, right? You got to get rid of Catholicism, and you got to get rid of Islam. The Hindus and all the Buddhists and stuff. Y'all already know y'all cults. Y'all got to get rid of that too. All the idolatry, but specifically Islam and Catholicism, because y'all openly do that pedophilia. Y'all gotta go. You touch the Pentagon, you go like this. God is the God of the armies. That's almost like touching heaven when you touch where he goes to war, where he gets his military strategies up. That's kind of like storming heaven. You just can't get away with that. I'm coming. I'm coming very soon. Woe unto you. That's from God and from me. Woe unto you. You touched my Pentagon. You have no idea. You just have no idea.